How Elon runs his business empire. The secrets to his success. Elon Musk has wowed the world with his business acumen and ability to achieve impossible feats in the engineering and business world, often by making very big bets about the future. In this video we'll discuss how Elon's network of companies work together to power his business empire and the secrets to his success. Keep watching and find out. Not taking no for an answer. Elon famously was rejected when he tried to get a job at seminal web browser company Netscape during the early days of the internet, and also had many stories about people laughing at him and not taking him seriously when he proposed starting a rocket company with SpaceX, and even when Tesla was in dire straits. Despite these naysayers, he always found a way to achieve his goals, often using unconventional methods. He's not afraid to break things and move fast, and has developed many arms of his business arsenal that work in conjunction to move his bigger vision forward. Keep watching to find out more secrets to his success. First principles. Elon has been a very vocal public advocate of his belief in first principles thinking.
I think it's also important to reason from first principles rather than by analogy. It's kind of mentally easier to reason by analogy rather than from first principles. But by first principles is kind of a physics way of looking at the world. And what that really means is you kind of boil things down to the most fundamental truths and say, okay, what are we sure is true, or as sure as possible is true? And then reason up from there. That takes a lot more mental energy.
First principles thinking revolves around examining problems and then breaking them apart into their core components and assumptions. One is then supposed to challenge those assumptions to determine if they are indeed true or if there are ways to change the dynamic. This allows people to examine and re-examine their core assumptions, dictating the purview of their thinking. Oftentimes we realize the core assumptions are actually wrong, and this changes the way you look at things, opening your choice of actions to much greater possibilities. Acquisitions and reiterating quickly. Elon is not precious with his ideas or trying to be original. He has no reservations about acquiring companies or collaborating with others. The best example of this is the acquisition of Tesla from its original co-founders. He took a pre-existing company and transformed it and elevated it in ways that the founder could never dream of. He used his strategic business vision to turn the company into the juggernaut it is today. He's not afraid to fail and reiterate that old tech maxim, move fast and break things. This is also evident in the way he is handling his recent Twitter acquisition, where he's been open about early failures and pivots and is constantly steering the company in new directions, looking for a path to profitability. Creating new streams of revenue. Elon's very creative in the way he finds new sources of revenue. One of the most recent cases is the way he leveraged his work and unique set of resources from SpaceX to launch satellites into low orbit. These satellites ended up becoming Starlink, an entirely new company and a great source of revenue for his business empire. He's also not afraid to get creative with his company's balance sheet, like when he purchased Bitcoin for Tesla and SpaceX. Thinking 5 steps ahead. Elon is always thinking ahead to the evolution of his companies he's founded and is running, and the way their revenues and utility will change. When you look at Tesla, it seems like simply an auto company, but that company is also an AI company, and it's also a data and networking company. The company's revenues could easily pivot into turning the eventually self-driving Tesla cars into taxis, and the AI engineering and data from this network of vehicles could also be used to improve and integrate his other AI companies such as Neuralink and the new ChatGPT competitors Grok. He's also streamlined his manufacturing capabilities, which allows him in the future to use the infrastructure to quickly manufacture other products at a low cost. The same can be said for Twitter, which seems to be a play for him to have a huge pipeline of data to feed to his AI company so he can win the AI arms race, as well as potentially a financial services company or even more. It's almost like he's creating his own world where everything you interact with is connected to him. If you're finding this video entertaining and insightful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Synergy between companies. As mentioned just now, Elon has designed his companies to all work together. Whether it's the Starlink network, which was an offshoot of SpaceX, or the Solar City technology being used for his SpaceX rockets, or the Starlink being used to improve the connectivity of Tesla vehicles, or the AI from the self-driving cars, it's all connected. Twitter fits into this plan as well. It's a little bit much to digest how complex Elon's network of companies is and the way he is synergizing them, but the proof is in the pudding. Elon is the real deal. It's just Elon's world and we're all living in it. Media figure. The last piece in Elon's empire is himself, of course. Originally known as an awkward and shy person, Elon has recently embraced life in the spotlight and become a controversial figure, creating a cult-like following. Many of his detractors have criticized him and prayed for his downfall, but it doesn't seem to be happening anytime soon. Why has Elon warmed up to the spotlight? The answer is easy. Influence is power. The bigger he gets, the bigger his loudspeaker, and he has the biggest one now that he owns Twitter. This gives him the ability to influence the markets and fend off short seller attacks, as well as prop up the perception and stock of his companies when the numbers aren't doing so well. It also gives him the ability to influence governments and world affairs and most importantly sell his vision for the future. You're a smart one, Elon. Conclusion. What do you think? Have you gained more insight into the very complex and creative way that Elon runs his business empire? Are you convinced that he has a master plan, or is he just winging it as he goes? Would you take any pointers from Elon and incorporate some of his approach into the way you run your business or go through your career? Do you disagree with what's being said? Leave a comment below and let's continue the conversation. For the latest Elon Musk news and Elon Musk related content, stay tuned to Elon Musk News Network, your #1 source for everything Elon Musk. Thanks and bye now.